Welcome to Fingering the Page. I'm Andy.
And I'm Katie, but you can call us Katie and Andres.
I'm still Andy.
Nah.
We're here to talk about the books that touched us in our hearts.
And sometimes somewhere else.
Guys, we made it the summer, a time for trips and renegotiating our relationships with our siblings. Katie, do you have any trips coming up?
Actually, I am going to a doctor's appointment next week on the other side of town, and it's about an hour and a half away, so I'm pretty excited for that. And I'm counting it as a road trip.
Did they find the cure for...
No.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to see my doctor in a month for my turgid diabetes.
Is our episode going to be sponsored by the word turgid?
It is now.
Yeah!
Saw it in today's book and thought to myself, let's use that word in a less disgusting way.
Oh, do you mean too hot to handle?
Boy, do I ever.
Yeah.
It's a book about bad country horror boys.
And 3-day road trips.
Sordid pasts.
Disappointed grandpapas.
If you like dry humping behind the bleachers,
or premature declarations of love,
or the urge to rub your stiff nipples against the back of somebody who offered you a ride on their motorcycle,
or burning your mother's restaurant and her legacy down, you might like
Too Hot to Handle.
This book asks the question... Wait, Andy. Why are you wearing that costume still?
I just like it. It's like me.
Okay, I will support you.
But
can you please take it off for this episode?
Fine. I think I'm sitting on it. Am I still sitting on it?
You can still...
Still sitting on it.
You're still sitting on it.
How is it on my neck, but I'm sitting on it?
It's really long. Got long wings.
Okay.
I mean, you and Hazel can play with that later.
She doesn't want to, I asked.
Well, maybe you should listen to her. All right. Back to business.
Okay.
This book asks the question, are you an up against the wall girl? To which the lead character responds, aren't all girls up against the wall girls?
And they are...
No, they're not.
Good. Because I am a bed boy.
Are you saying bad boy? Or you mean bed boy? You mean bad boy. Bad boy. Bad boys.
No, I'm saying bed boy.
Okay.
Bed boys, bed boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they say they're up against the wall, girls? Bed boy.
All right.
Just a bed guy through and through. I got some sweet pillows from Ross and a 500 thread count sheet.
One single sheet? Is that good? One 500. That seems good.
No, it is good.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay.
I only need one sheet.
You're such a boy.
Listen, you know what is bad? The circumstances that brought them to New Mexico.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Rita is the daughter of a celebrity chef who recently passed away and left Rita with a legacy to live up to. Now, very quickly, in the first 20 pages, Rita burns that legacy down to the ground. Once on national television during a cooking competition, and then once she does it literally with a fire in her mom's restaurant, just singed from top to bottom.
Katie, are there any legacies you had to live up to?
Yes. My dad built a batting cage in our basement so I could practice for varsity tryouts. I've told you this story.
Oh, yeah, this is the same trial she told me a couple episodes ago where they told you to go and just stop and do your musical shit instead.
Yes, they did. And fortunately, my mom built a singing cage in our attic. Unfortunately, I only got the role of secretary number 3 in Wonderful Town, so I didn't quite hit that.
Dude, I love that musical, though. You're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Bow, bow, down, down.
I thought we agreed that you weren't going to wear that anymore.
I thought it just like went with the song, kind of.
So you're a moth. It says butterfly.
I don't have a butterfly costume. My wife kept it.
All right. Can you please take it off? But speaking of great writing, Rita finds a letter from her mother with one dying wish. That all of her children go on a road trip to New York and bury her body in the Hudson River.
No, her ashes in the Atlantic Ocean.
It's the same thing.
Okay. Along the way, surprise to no one, their car breaks down and they are saved by the one, the only, the man who is twice as charismatic as Matthew McConaughey.
Bob Saget?
No, he's dead.
What?
Katie, I'm so sorry. He died. I'm talking about Jasper Ellis.
Okay.
He's the former town slut, trying to rid himself of a past he's mostly responsible for. Kind of like the time my uncle threw my dad off of a rock into a stampede, but told me it was my fault. To which I responded by running away to L.A., where I befriended a meerkat and a warthog.
Question. Have you tried not fucking worrying about it?
Kinda. I make this egg dish. It's like a quiche, no crust.
Okay.
I call it Hakuna Frittata. There's a lot of eggs and even more regret.
Well, we all know that regret is for people who haven't killed their fathers.
Yeah, I don't even think about it anymore, honestly.
Yeah, why would you? Like a lot of people dealing with a hidden past, Jasper chooses an avoidance of the topic altogether and instead takes Rita out on a first date to his bar, the Liquor Hole. Did you guys hear that? The Liquor Hole. Did you hear it? It's called Liquor Hole.
Are you advertising for Jasper?
Liquor Hole.
Do you think this is
Do you
a real
hear
bar?
it? The Liquor Hole?
What am I hearing? That you're
It's a
advertising for his
liquor
bar?
hole.
Yeah, it's a hole where you get liquor.
And his unnamed restaurant.
Listen, when Rita shows signs that her and her 3 other siblings are ready to continue with their trip, Jasper does what most men would do, which is bribe the local mechanic to not work on it and make them stay for a couple extra days.
Because you know what they say? Love is all about trickery. She also named his restaurant for him within about 30 seconds of her seeing it. Seems like it was a pretty easy solve, in my opinion. But you know what they say? Love is all about carrying the load on your back because your partner can't.
Words to live by. When my wife and I first moved to LA, I wanted to move back immediately, but my wife convinced me that our car was out of gas and local warlords had taken over the gas stations. We had to wait 5 years before we would be able to get gas. Guess what? It's been 9 years and I'm still here and haven't gotten gas.
It's a little known fact that it is impossible to find gas in LA, almost non-existent.
Right? One time I tried to siphon it out of someone's car, got sick and passed out.
That is how we met.
Oh my God. You're right. I just want to apologize again. I was not in a good headspace at the time.
Don't worry about it. Kumatata. After a couple days of gentle flirting and near violent dry humping, Jasper finally gets around to what he really wants from Rita, making her cook at the grand opening of his new restaurant, Buried Treasure.
Katie, what would you have called the restaurant?
So many better names than what he chose.
Sure.
You know, if I had to go with one, Outback Steakhouse.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
After a weird desert seance, the siblings see each other in a new light and help Jasper make Buried Treasure's first night a smashing success.
And much to everyone's joy, Rita and Jasper finally get a room, tired of public dry humping.
Also, Jasper's grandpa gives him a high five for finally not having a hard-on.
He was finally proud of him.
For not being turgid.
For his hard work.
For his flaccid penis.
And of course, in all the celebration, all 4 of them forget that they're supposed to be on a trip to New York for their dead mom's last wish. They pack up and head out, but thankfully, 2 miles later, Rita makes them stop the van because she had an epiphany.
Yes. She's supposed to be with the scary man who has had a perpetual hard-on, who she's known for 3 days.
Yeah. She makes them stop so I can, and I'm not making this up, so she can run back to town. Rita's not a runner, by the way. She's not an athlete of any sort. She works in the kitchen. She makes fun of how little athleticism she has throughout the book. But she makes them stop so she can run back to town. Thankfully, though, Her siblings cheer her on and tell her they had a feeling, so they left her bags back at the bar. They could have given her a ride at any moment.
It was 2 miles. It would have been an extra 8 minutes round trip there and back. And she's like, I gotta stop the car.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Jasper. And they're like, okay, we're gonna stop the car, and then you're gonna get out, and we're gonna keep going.
Yeah. See you later.
It's crazy. So basically, Rita ditches her mother's dying wish and the rest of her siblings to go back and live with this freak.
Yeah.
The end.
Oh, no, it's not the end. There's 3 other books about the other siblings as well.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Let's talk about what we liked and what we didn't.
In a segment we like to call What We Liked and What We Didn't.
Katie, what did we like?
Nothing.
Katie, we had to like something. We didn't hate read this. It's not The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, or tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what did you like?
Okay, well, I like the part where Gatsby takes the blame for killing Myrtle, even though Daisy was driving the car.
No, in Too Hot to Handle.
Oh. The part where Jasper was scared that if he got any harder, his penis would honk the horn of his truck.
I can't believe you liked that part, but I didn't understand it. Is he laying on top of the steering wheel? How is this? Where is his fears lying? How did that happen? How would that happen?
I don't know, but it just was very comical to me. This image of like, just finally his pants like, I can't, I've had it. And he just jumps up and hits the horn. Yep.
Well, I didn't like that part at all.
Well, what else didn't we like then?
Everything.
Can you be more specific?
Okay. The phrases this woman used, more often than not, made me want to throw up my entire Chipotle bowl.
That's called a bowl movement.
Sounds like you and Tessa are going to have a nice writing collab soon with those puns. What I'm trying to say is that the phrase turgid cock is a phrase I never wanted my eyes to see.
Agreed. Listeners, readers, however you're taking this in, if you have a turgid anything, you need to go see a doctor immediately.
Straight to the ER.
Straight to the ER.
How many times did we see that phrase?
Just once, but the fact that it was only in there once and you and I both had to talk about it means that once was more than enough.
Yes, and I also think it didn't help that basically every paragraph he was talking about his peen and the restraints against his genes, just like constantly pushing up against his genes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Jasper was hard a lot, almost to the point of concern.
Yeah, the only time I feel like he wasn't hard was when he was at his grandma's house.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there is a really good chance that he was hard and the author just didn't choose to reveal that to us. And that's the real reason his grandpa never approved of him.
I think you're right, because based on the book's descriptions of Jasper cannot be flaccid. It's not possible. He's only either hard or harder. That's it.
Flaccid is not something Jasper is familiar with. It's very unknown.
No, I honestly think there is something wrong with Jasper.
Do you think it's Peyronie's disease?
I don't think so, unless, is there a Peyronie's for women?
I don't know. I only get the Hulu ads for Peyronie's for men.
Okay. Well, then he can't have Peyronie's, because how else would they fit together so well?
That's true.
What else didn't we like, Katie?
The name of the reality cooking show she was on is called In the Heat of the Bite, which is an obvious pun on In the Heat of the Night.
Which was a movie about racism in the Deep South.
It just doesn't fully fit into what everything else we're reading here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There was also a lot of dry humping in parking lots.
Famous Bruce Springsteen album. What other songs were on that album? I can't recall.
Born to Hump, Humping in the Dark. That
Sure.
one was played a lot in my house growing up. It made us all super uncomfortable. Also, Glory Days.
Was it song about dry humping?
It was heavily implied.
Okay. Today, Katie and I want to talk about something very important to us.
Our time and the things we could have done instead of reading this frickin' book.
In a segment called Things We Wish We'd Done with Our Time.
I'll go first. I would have started a change.org petition based on banning this book from everywhere in the North.
In the North?
Yeah.
Because it's too hot to handle?
Yes, it's way too hot for people like us. Our types can't handle this. What would you have done?
I wouldn't have skipped my gymnastics class, tell you that.
Oh, yeah, you have a recital coming up.
It's a competition, my friend, and now I'm not prepared.
Who are you competing against?
The North?
Ugh. I also would have read a good book.
Like what?
The Bible.
I get it. I started reading this book on Easter.
On Easter? That is tough timing.
Yeah, I could have used this time to write my Great Gatsby fan fiction.
What's it called?
The Great Mouse Detective.
Andy, that's already a movie.
Well, then fine. I could have used it to write my Wicked musical. You know, there's like a book and a movie, but there's not a musical?
Can't I make you understand? You're having delusions of grandeur.
Hey, that's really good. Can I use that?
Andy. That's the end of our episode.
Katie, I would like to use that piece. I can tag you it. Is that good?
Keep your hands above the covers.
No, why aren't you answering me right now?
Or don't.
Listen, I'll give you a producer credit.
And until next time, keep reading.